Welcome everybody to another episode of Big Bear Online. It's your boy Fonzo right here. Before we start off, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. To any type of internet-based content. So I'll just give my take. You know what I mean? Obviously, issues that are relevant as well. So I'm trying to push the agenda, get it out there. Let's start a conversation. I think there's a lot of things that we look at in terms of the decisions we make, but at the end of the day, we need to have conversations about this because there are different perspectives as well. So yeah, man, let's do it. Let's push it, guys. You know how it is. So with this video, guys, I literally was browsing through my YouTube. I was looking at specific topics that I wanted to cover, so I covered this specific topic, and it's so relatable to the guys, especially guys within my demographic and as well my circle of friends. You know what I mean? A lot of times we look at relationship issues, we look at, oh yeah, men are not like this one's not like this. Men, we are so simple. We are hella simple, guys. You know what I mean? We're hella simple, and hey, we don't require much. We just have a little specific needs that we want in order for us to be looked after, to be happy, and all that we want is peace. That's my take. All I want is in a relationship is peace. All I want is to say, look, these are the constituents for me to be able to marry you. So I think it's also very imperative for women to understand where men are coming from in terms of what they want. We do not want much, but at the end of the day, we don't want what you think we want. Let's get that very clear. We don't want what you think. If you think it's a bag, it ain't no bag, shorty. It's no bag. I'm sorry, it ain't no bag. You know what I mean? We just want the fundamentals. That's how it is. At the end of the day, men are out there, they're doing their thing, they're making their money, but they can still provide. You know what I mean? So I got some content here from Susie Venker. She is more like a relationship specialist, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so she put some 6 pointers. We're gonna comment on this. I'm gonna comment on this and give you my take on exactly what she's saying. And then you guys, you tell me what you think in the comment section. You let me know your opinions about what she said, because what I believe is in the 6 pointers might not be agreeable with you. Like we say, in order for us to have conversation, we don't always have to be agreeable. Let's do this.
About men, and it got a lot of response, so I thought I would take the time to do it in video form. So here goes. 6 things women need to know about men. Number 1, men are easy to please and quick to forgive. This is important, especially when it comes to conflict. Understanding that men have very few needs. They're simple, as in not stupid the way the media would have you believe, but simple as in they have far fewer needs than we women do. What they want most of all is respect, first and foremost, companionship,
true story,
affection,
true story,
appreciation, support. I mean, that's kind of it in a nutshell. And so respect, here's what respect looks like, because a lot of people really have asked me that.
I think that's the most important thing in terms of a relationship. I mean, you gotta dissect and understand that, like, your shorty needs to respect you. If your shorty don't respect you, it's done. It's done. Like, there's no coming back to it. There's no way a shorty will respect you. There's no shorty can change that. How she treats you from the beginning always makes sense as how she'll treat you throughout that relationship. So take that into consideration. Respect is such a key factor. But let's get to it. Let's flip it right here.
What does it look like to respect a man? Which is really horrible and sad, because that means they haven't really seen it in action enough to even recognize it. But anyway, here it is. Number 1, the most important thing, this may not come to mind first and foremost, but it's bigger than you think. Listening. Just listening.
Ooh, sheesh.
Not interrupting. Not over talking, not interjecting, not any of those things. Just sitting there and listening. You're actually saying a lot when you're saying nothing.
There we go. Like, the thing is, we tend to get misconstrued as a society, is that when you're listening and you're silent and you're within, that it's a point of where you're just giving up the argument, or you've just given up the point that this person is coming. So it's really important to understand It's really important to understand. Just take a step. Listen. When we talk, we're not there to subdue you. We're there to make you understand where we're coming from. You get a lot of times where, homies try to speak and then you're overspoken. It happens. And it's such a, like I said in my previous video, it's so hard to have a conversation with somebody where they're not understanding where you're coming from, or listening to the points you're coming across, or whatever needs to be spoken about. You understand? But anyway, let's go.
Let me say that again. You're actually saying a lot when you're saying nothing. He reads that as respect, which it is, because you're taking in what he's saying rather than thinking of what you're going to say in response. And that goes very, 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 very far with a man.
A friend of mine told me I used to be that character, you literally have to wean yourself off that. You don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Once you understand what's being said, then you have yourselves an engagement. You know what I mean? So, nitpicking and taking certain elements of a conversation and then running with that as a point of argument does not help. You get nowhere. Alright, so I think that's really something to take into consideration. But she's going to continue. I'm going to, keep going with this. Alright.
Another thing that I have to remind people of, because it's really, really easy to forget when you've been married a long time especially, is the power of affection. And when I'm talking about affection here, I'm not talking about sex, although obviously that's also important. But I'm talking about non-sexual affection. Whether it's touching his head, putting your hand on his,
Look, man, I'm a man with a beard, all right? Me, I love my beard rubs, all right? Don't get it twisted. I love my beard rubs. If Shorty can come through, a good beard rub, goes a long way. It goes a long way. I mean, that's me. That's just how I take it. Everyone goes for the hair. I got a head for the hair, so you know what I mean. But a beard rub makes sense. But anyway,
just touching him in any way, hugging him, kissing him, just non-sexual affection. And really, the best way to get into the headspace of that is to think about what you probably did. If you have a son, or you can imagine you would do if you had a son, and you see him at the end of his first grade day or whatever, and what's the thing you're going to do naturally is to run up and hug him and kiss him and let him know that you missed him. Well, the vast majority of boys have somebody waiting for them, and that person at the end of the day, and that person is almost always mom, and they're raised on a steady diet of attention and affection from the number one woman in their lives.
I think that's another thing to take into consideration, is that, I think for me, I grew up with my mom. You know what I mean? And for me, when she get back home, I hug her. Hey ma, how you doing? Of course, it's not an everyday thing. However, everyone's gonna be like, oh no, I'm not your mother, blah blah blah. No, it's that element of love. There's that element of love that really plays a part. It goes with us from a young age, and obviously evolves as we get older. So, there's nothing better than a man appreciating you when you get back home. There's nothing better than a man appreciating you, and that affection that is given in reciprocation. That works. That works. You will earn yourself a foot rub for days. You'll earn yourself a back rub. You want every kind of rubs, wherever it needs to be. You will earn yourself those. So it goes back to that, where it's that simple point of affection that's meaningful. That really goes a long way. Like I said, we're very simple human beings, and that little goes a long way. But anyway.
And who does that number one woman become when they get older? His wife, or his.
Facts.
Also a female.
Facts.
Obviously, I'm talking about heterosexual relationships here.
Facts.
But at any rate, that's what they associate with and respond to. So you probably did a lot of that when you were first dating, but when time goes on and life gets in the way, we forget the significance of just those really small physical gestures, but they empower and lift up your man. Okay? Number 2, men live to see the woman they love happy. That's it. That's all they want.
So
Which means if you're negative and a downer, or complaining or moaning or nagging, you are sucking the life out of him.
Don't you hate that when I mean, for those who live with their significant others, whether you are in a relationship or married, of course, when you're married, you live together, of course. However, if you're in a relationship and of course you're both working and she gets back home and you know, it's just that simple appreciation factor, you know. It's like, when you're you leave everything behind, right? Whether work, whatever the case may be, whatever you have at work is your business. Leave it there, and you're in a good home. You're in happy home. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, that little goes a long way. We don't want to hear about your boss. We don't want to hear what this happened. For real, we don't want to hear it. We don't care. It's not about we don't care to the point where there's no solution. There's only so much we can do. However, we want to see you when you get back home is that you are in, you're in the element. You're not pretending. I'm not saying pretend to be happy. I know everyone's going to get, oh no, so we should be happy or not. No, leave your work problems at the door. This is a happy space. You understand? So that's just how it is. When you're in a happy space where there's elements of good joy and positive energy, it makes sense. It works. You understand? But anyway, let's flip it.
Generating positive energy, you're emboldening him.
Positive
and
energy.
Keep in mind, this isn't all just to accommodate him. This comes back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get the best of him.
Yes, exactly. Remember, it's not about us. It's not about us as well. Just solely to make me happy. No, it's an overall thing. When I'm in a good energy, she's in a good energy, the house is in a good energy. The energy will resonate where it's at, no matter. It's reciprocated. There you can at least have the avenues to engage. That's what we look for.
So that you're not frustrated with why is he not being this or why is he not being that. Very often it's because of what you're bringing to the table is sucking that out of him. And you have the power to lift that. That's why these 6 things are so important. Easy to please and quick to forgive.
Absolutely.
Men live to see the woman they love happy.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, men don't like to fight with women.
Ooh.
I did a whole video on this.
Oh, sheesh. No-go zone for me. I speak for myself. Look, the fighting thing, I don't do. Right? I don't do at all. Like, that's a no-go zone for me. If you finna fight a nigga, or you finna fight me, I don't have the time for it or the mental capacity to do it. I'm not that. That's for me. That you can miss me with that. Like, for real. You, like, my personal opinion, I don't get into that right there. Let's go.
They are not cut out to fight with women. They're not cut out for emotional warfare. They'll fight a man without a problem.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's
interested or adept at fighting with a woman, which is why they're always stuck between wanting to please you, but also needing to do right by you. It's a very difficult position to be in for a man. Very. Because at his core, he doesn't want to fight. Okay, number four, a man's identity is inextricably linked to his need and desire to provide and...
We already, it doesn't matter who you are, you're already facing the atrocities of the world out there. Deal with those type of people, you deal with difficult people, you deal with all these type of things, and to bring it back home and kind of project that energy into your household doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. You're not doing anyone any favors, you know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, let's keep it easy. But anyway, let's go.
Doesn't want to fight. Okay, number four, a man's identity is inextricably linked to his need and desire to provide and protect. Which means if you are usurping his ability to do this, you're going to have problems in your marriage. And what I mean by that is, it's not so much about who makes more, although that matters. It's more about how are you handling that money that you are making.
That's what it is. It's not a competition. Our relation, whether you make more money than me, if I make more money than you, it's not a competition. We are coming to the point of, if yes, you're making money, I'm able to provide too. At the end of the day, we're able to come together and make the household a home so it can be run properly like a well-oiled machine. That's it. There's no such as I'm higher than you, you're higher than me. No need to be competitive. I mean, for us guys, and I speak for myself here in this situation, is that especially with men, we don't care. And I had this conversation on just a couple of days ago with some friends. I said to the ladies in the group that we're in, I said, men don't care about your money. We don't care about your achievements. We don't care about your PhDs. We're able to understand and to know that we want you to run a home. You're able to run a home, we can provide. Simple. That's it. If you want us to provide, like, look, our list, and now the list includes the ability to provide. Like, who are we choosing out here? But anyway, yeah, man, I digress. Let's go.
And how are you handling the budget, assuming you even have one, together as a team? And if you are, for example, spending more than he's able to earn, or disagreeing with each other, or deciding on something and then not sticking to it, anything that's undermining his ability to provide is going to deflate him, and you're going to have marital problems.
I mean, that's the thing. We're not trying to be at a point where we're disagreeing with our significant other in terms of the planning of a household. Because remember, guys, and especially when I say this, it's about survival. It's about survival. That's what I believe. It's about survival. How can you make a household runnable? So that means you are able to survive, your kids are able to survive, everybody's good, you eat, you got a shelter, you got a roof under your head, the kids are going to good schools, and everything is well run for you. That means the holidays, the vacations, whatever, those, of course, they're excess income, but you'll be able to come to a ground where you're like, yo, shorty, listen, me and you, here's where we are, we've earned ourselves some vacation time, let's go. But no, we want the vacation first before everything else. But anyway, that's what it is. It's what's been viewed. It's what social media has given off. That's the thing. What social media has given off has been given us this false facade of how life should be when you're with somebody. That's a lie. That's all cap. It's all cap. Let's do it.
The number one most important thing you can do is let him stay in a position to be your hero and to be your provider.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you earn money.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of, little tricks to that. I'm not going to get into all that right now, but that's at the core of so many marital problems, is that the ability to provide and be their woman's hero has been completely stripped from them.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it from here. But if you liked more of that, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can have a look at her content. She has very nice topics that she covers as well. So yeah, have a look at that, man. But in light of everything that we've spoken about, really, these are the true, intricate parts when looking for somebody, and ladies, I'm just saying, take note. I mean, among other things that they might want, because remember, at the end of the day, we're all individuals as well. So at the end of the day, but we have a common thing that we're looking for in terms of looking for a partner or potential partner that you'd like to probably date or potentially like to marry. but yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe onto my channel as well. Follow me on Instagram, Fonzo261. And yeah, man, until next time, I'll see you guys until the next video. Peace.